I've been perfecting my desk setup for years to improve my productivity, and I think I'm ready to share it with you. Today I'm gonna walk you through everything I'm using in my daily life as a creator. I spend most of my days here. I'm working from home 3 days a week as a product director creating games. And all the time I'm not working, I'm making videos for YouTube. Rest on the weekends? Never heard about such nonsense. The desk is almost like an extension of myself. It's crucial for me that I can be at my most productive at all times. I need an environment where I can do my job well, be creative, and keep it minimal. This is my Fully desk. It's the smallest size they have available. I wanted it to be versatile and fit in any position in my office. I had a huge table for a long time, 6 feet by 3 feet. And the truth about space is that it's so easy to start piling stuff up. At the same time, if you keep things tidy and organized, that space is left empty. This is powered standing desk, so I can easily adjust the height. I tend to sit most of my day, so my back is not in the best shape. So this desk significantly helps. I have an anti-fatigue move mat by Ares here, which has branch-like objects inside to simulate the feeling of walking through the forest. It stimulates the feet and encourages the subtle movements your body needs to stay comfortable, balanced, and energized. And sometimes I walk on my mini treadmill Xiaomi Walking Pad A1 when I'm doing something not very intensive. If you spend most of your time at home and don't have too much time to walk, this is a fantastic replacement as the distance builds up even if you stroll. Okay, this is the gem of my setup. Coming from a gamer and streaming background, I still have my gaming PC, which makes the setup unique. This one is quite powerful with NVIDIA GTX 3080, Intel Core i7 processor, and 32GB Corsair RAM. It allows me to work with lots of footage and render my videos quickly. Something you have to do with desktop computers though is clean them. And I must admit, it's been a while since I cleaned it, so how about we do it together right now? This is the most exciting monitor I have ever had in my life. It's 49 inches Samsung Odyssey G9 and it's just huge. Now, this thing allows me to be at my peak productivity without any distractions. You don't have to worry about the hole between the separate monitors or getting the same colors in both. Oh god, how much time I spent doing that. And it's curved. That helps you see the sides of the screen much easier. With fancy zones, you can easily split your monitor into 3 parts and move your windows between them. And with a few shortcuts, you can switch that to any setup you want. For example, I use this 4 windows layout when I work on my scripts and need to refer to something else. Stay with me to check out my setup and learn a great tip about staying focused. Let's get going. Let's talk about focus and how it affects our productivity. I learned this from a podcast by a great neuroscientist, Andrew Huberman. Human body functions in cycles. Ultradian cycles control many aspects of our life, but most importantly, our ability to focus. Ultradian means a recurring period of more than 1 hour and less than a day. Our sweet spot is about 80 to 90 minutes. When you learn new information or perform demanding mental work, you should focus for 90 minutes and then take a break for another 20. That puts you in the ideal flow to maximize your productivity. When we start a new cycle, it takes some time to reach our top performance, and as stress accumulates, our productivity falls off the cliff. By giving ourselves time to recover, we can repeatedly achieve this state of maximum performance. However, if we keep working without giving ourselves time to rest, we get tired and can accomplish much less. The same goes for when we only give ourselves time to focus for 20 minutes at a time and never reach the state of top performance. When it comes to mouse and keyboard, I'm currently using Logitech, MX Master 3 and MX Keys. I was using gaming mice before, but MX Master 3 is superior to anything I have used since. If you're spending the whole day at your desk, like me, you're likely to suffer from pain in your wrists, unless you have an ergonomic mouse, that is. This one is truly the best you can find. You can rest your hand on it, and it's not too heavy or too light. I started using MX Keys just recently. I always had mechanical keyboards, but I like that this one is quiet during my calls and feels great when you press the keys. I might consider mechanical keyboards in the future again, but for now, I'm on a honeymoon with this one. Together they create a lovely dark, and minimal look. And I'm using this giant Corsair mousepad that gives a nice feel when I rest my hands on it and creates a nicer look for the whole table. Another essential tool for controlling my workflow is Elgato Stream Deck. You're probably thinking, why am I talking about Streaming Deck if I'm not streaming? This is how it looks. It allows you to control various things from here with a simple button press. I open apps to make screenshots, play music from Spotify, trigger timers to track where I spend my time, and control my lights in the room. It allows me to perform any function faster than usual and minimize interruptions. However, the best function is the button to turn off the bathroom lights when my husband forgets to do it, which is more or less always. My best friends, headphones. I'm addicted to noise-canceling headphones and I have tried many of them before, but since I bought Apple AirPods Max, I can't use anything else now. They're pretty heavy and I like how they feel on my head, and they're super easy to control with transparency mode that allows me to never take them off. Being able to zone out all the outside noise and truly concentrate on my work by listening to the lo-fi beats music is the real secret to my productivity. I talked about my standing desk and walking on a treadmill, but in the end, I spend most of my day in this chair by Secret Lab. There is not much to say about it, except that it's very comfortable and durable. I've been using this one for 2 years now, and considering I'm not exactly light, it's been holding up very well. I also like this soft fabric material that feels nice, looks amazing in gray, and fits the black room. I've never had plants, and this is a recent addition to my room. I wanted to have something to take care of in my environment. It adds life and a splash of color to make my dark room more lively. Observing plants helps me take my mind off things when I'm stuck, and sometimes helps me come up with great ideas. I chose plants that don't require much care, so I hope they survive and thrive. No, that's not the right montage. Oh well. As you might have noticed, I had quite a different setup previously. I am a messy person at my heart, so I try to control it as much as I can. In recent years, I started embracing minimalism and removing everything that creates noise. Having a clean and free of clutter desk was one of the most significant boosts to my productivity. I focused on what was in front of me, which was my work. It's easy to fall into the trap of bringing a pile of productivity devices, analog calendars, to-do lists, and other things, which in the end just distracts me from accomplishing something. So having a small space with only essentials is the way to go for me. Since March 2020, I started working from home and my life has become a world of video calls. Around the same time, I started streaming on Twitch. I wanted the best quality video and audio for both of these things. I'm managing a team, so I have numerous meetings throughout the day, and it's important for me to communicate clearly. So I got the best webcam, key light, and a professional microphone to reach the perfect picture and sound. I'm using a Logitech Brio webcam, Elgato key light, and Shure SM7B with Scarlett 2i2 as an audio interface without amplifiers. The quality is from a different world compared to standard mics. This great boom arm is super sturdy and holds my mic exceptionally well. When we moved to this apartment and I claimed this room as my office, it sounded like a submarine. Without the furniture and with naked walls, the echo was unbearable. To help the situation, I covered all my walls in sound dampening panels, which works great. I also like the dark and professional looks it gives my room. When it comes to my desk and my office, I keep rearranging it every few months. I like to move things around, put a table at a new angle, move my bookshelves, optimize something, add something new, remove something old. I like the feeling of novelty, even if it's the same thing, just in a new position. It gives me a boost of energy and productivity. I recommend trying it for yourself. Make a new arrangement somewhere in your house and see how it makes you feel. Often just moving things around can completely change how you perceive your room, and you can get away without buying more stuff. I have my Amazon Basics USB hub, which allows me to easily connect any devices I need. And I have my external SSD and HDD here. I keep my current YouTube projects on SSD for speed, and once they're done, I move them to HDD to store. I keep all my source footage, so it takes up terabytes of space by now. You never know what you'll need in the future, and I prefer to be ready for any unforeseen situation. I have my charging cables over here, one USB-C, one USB micro for my camera, and two lightning cables for my phone and headphones. I leave my phone charging here overnight, so I don't have the temptation to use it in my bed. Besides my key light that could easily blind the person, I have overhead lights and two lamps on the shelves. These are connected to the Hue Philips light system, so I can control them from my Stream Deck, phone, or switch over here. I rarely turn on my overhead lights, as I like to sit in the dark when it gets late, to prepare for sleep. And I turn my shelves lights on so they can create a bit of ambient light. I talk a lot about how lights affect your sleep in my other video, you can check it here. Considering I try to keep things minimal, I guess my setup is not much, but I hope you got at least one idea of how to boost your productivity or rearrange your environment to make things more efficient. We often underestimate how much impact things we interact with daily have on us, and we tend to leave them messy and disorganized. If you enjoyed this video, please support me with a like, subscribe, and hit the bell.